They reaffirmed their commitment to further develop and deepen political, trade, economic, social, and humanitarian relations. The third round of Pakistan-Kazakhstan bilateral political consultations was held on 19th of November in Islamabad. Additional Foreign Secretary, Ambassador Ahmad Nadeem Varaich led the Pakistan side, while the Kazakh side was led by Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bakayev. The two sides discussed bilateral cooperation between Pakistan and Kazakhstan, including on political relations, interparliamentary exchanges, economic and trade ties, connectivity, education, information technology, telecommunication, culture, and tourism. They agreed to maintain the momentum in bilateral cooperation and to collaborate closely on multinational fora. The 14th session of Pakistan-EU Joint Commission is taking place in Islamabad today. The EU delegation is led by Deputy Managing Director of Asia and Pacific, Ms. Paola Pampolini, while a Pakistani delegation is led by Secretary Economic Affairs Division, Dr. Qasim Niaz. The dialogue reflects growing partnership of Pakistan with the European Union. These annual meetings provide a valuable platform for both sides to engage in meaningful discussions and foster mutual understanding on key areas of bilateral cooperation. We welcome the latest report of the UN Special Committee to investigate Israeli practices released last week. The report describes Israel's warfare practices in Gaza as acts of genocide and documents millions of civilian casualties and grievous conditions intentionally imposed on Palestinians. Pakistan welcomes the committee's condemnation of the ongoing smear campaign and attacks against UNRWA and the United Nations, and supports its call on all member states to uphold their legal obligations to prevent and stop Israeli violations of international law and holding it accountable. We regret the result of the last night's vote at the United Nations Security Council and its inability to reach consensus over the resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. We reiterate our call for an immediate, unconditional, and permanent ceasefire, unhindered access to humanitarian assistance, and full support to UNRWA and its mandated humanitarian activities. As we observe the World Children's Day this week, we shall not forget the plight of the Kashmiri children who continue to live in an environment of fear and intimidation as a result of ongoing Indian atrocities in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Living in a highly militarized territory, the trauma faced by the Kashmiri children is immense, leaving indelible scars on their psychological and mental health. Over 100,000 children have become orphans as a result of Indian operations in IIOJK. Their plight deserves international attention. We call on the international community to stand up for the rights of the Kashmiri children and demand an end to their suffering. Pakistan will continue to extend political, diplomatic, and moral support to our Kashmiri brothers and sisters for the just, peaceful settlement of Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions. Now an announcement. At the invitation of Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, President of the Republic of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko will undertake an official visit to Pakistan from 25th to 27th of November. President Lukashenko will hold extensive talks with Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif and discuss areas of bilateral cooperation. Several agreements and MOUs will also be discussed during the visit. I thank you.
तर्जुमान दफ्तर ख़ारजा मुमताज़ ज़हरा बलोच की हफ्तावार न्यूज़ ब्रीफिंग। उन्होंने कहा कि रवां हफ्ते गैर मुल्की वफूद ने पाकिस्तान का दौरा किया और पाकिस्तान तमाम ममालिक के साथ दोस्ताना ताल्लुकात का